The hospital was never supposed to feel this empty at night. Every hallway felt frozen, like the building itself was holding its breath. That's when I saw him, standing at the far end of the corridor. Not walking, not moving, just watching like he had been there for a long time. I told myself it was exhaustion. Night shifts do strange things to your mind, especially when you're alone for too long in places like this. Then I heard a whisper say my name. Not loud, not close, but close enough to make my skin crawl instantly. The lights flickered violently, buzzing like they were about to die. For a moment, the hallway felt alive and extremely hostile. The doctor slowly tilted his head, bending it at an angle no human neck should ever allow. I felt my stomach tighten in fear. He smiled, but it wasn't warm or welcoming. It looked rehearsed, like he had practiced it on people who didn't survive. I blinked once, just for a second, and when my eyes opened again, the doctor was gone. I forced myself to walk forward, pretending my legs weren't shaking. The silence behind me felt heavier than any sound. Suddenly, a cabinet creaked open by itself. The noise echoed so loudly it felt like the hospital was screaming. A patient file slid slowly across the floor toward me. There was no wind, no reason, just intention. My name was written on the file. Below it was a timestamp, set a few minutes into the future. That's when I understood something was deeply wrong. This place wasn't reacting to me. It was expecting me. At the end of the hallway, his shadow stretched unnaturally long. It reached my feet, even though he stood far away.
You came to the wrong
A voice whispered from the darkness, calm and certain. You shouldn't be awake right now. I ran without thinking. Every instinct in my body screamed at me to escape and never look back. The elevator doors opened, but only one button still worked. Basement. Every other option was dead. As the elevator descended, the lights turned red.
Somebody help me!
The air felt heavier, like I was sinking somewhere I wasn't meant to go. The basement smelled like rust and old metal, like a place that had forgotten daylight a very long time ago. The walls were covered with hanging files, hundreds of them, each one belonging to someone who had been here before me. Some files were stamped recovered. Most of them were stamped failed. None of them felt reassuring. Then I saw my file. My name. One word written beneath it, pending. I felt him before I saw him again. The air shifted and the silence behind me became intentional. I crawled under a metal table, holding my breath. My heart pounded so loudly I was sure he could hear it. He didn't walk across the floor. He glided silently, as if gravity didn't fully apply to him anymore. I stumbled into an operating room that looked recently used. The tools were warm, like someone had just left. A massive mirror covered the wall. When I looked into it, my reflection felt delayed, like it was thinking. The reflection showed surgical tables and lights. But when I turned around, the room behind me was empty. In the mirror, the doctor stood inches from my face.
I'm not the one hunting you.
But in reality, there was no one there. He leaned closer in the reflection and whispered calmly, "I'm not the one hunting you tonight." My mind struggled to understand his words. That's when the mirror began to move on its own. The reflection slid aside, revealing another room.
Go. Please, somebody help me!
And inside it was another version of me, strapped to a metal table, eyes open, waiting, like this had already happened before. Heavy footsteps echoed down the hallway behind me. Slow, powerful, and definitely not his. That's when the truth finally hit me. The doctor wasn't the monster I should have feared. The mirror shattered violently, and the world disappeared into darkness. The next morning, security searched the hospital. They found no damage, no intruder, no doctor. Only a new file quietly added to the basement wall overnight. The security footage showed me walking calmly through the corridors, moving exactly like him. Because the truth is, the doctor isn't real. He's just what comes next. And now, it's my turn.